and we haven't seen the sun all day, and they say it feels like 43. It's cutting. It's that wind. That wind is cutting out there. Even in the parking garage, it is cold. Yeah. What's up, Pierre? I ain't seen you in a few days. I did go over there and watch one of your videos. I think I saw Miami. I think. Yeah. 10 months. Good news. Yeah. Took away one and brought in another. How about that? I stepped outside and I said, no, ma'am, it's cold. And especially if you're thinking about walking somewhere, I think twice. Uber, no, ma'am. 50 there. I don't understand this Houston weather. I mean, winter is coming a little too early. If this is really the beginning of winter, I've never seen winter in years come this early. We still in October, and it is freezing cold for Houston. Everybody came back to work, and they had on their coats and scarves and mittens and muffs and caps and boots. The dress code totally changed from the morning to the evening, including mine. I went out and found my old Raven sweatshirt and put it on, kept the t-shirt on up under here because I didn't have time to go and really change clothes. So so this got a hood on it too, and it's got the sweats, but I couldn't find the sweats. I don't know where the sweats are. I might have given them away because I was larger, and I went through all my drawers before I came over here, and I might have given those pants away. Um, I'm good, fully stocked. Thank God. I know that's right. You can always find a blessing. I don't care how bad life can get. You can always find a blessing. Yep. If you just open your eyes in the morning, and like I always say, you in your right mind with the activities of your limbs. Even if you don't have the activities of your limbs, I can work with just my mind as long as I'm able to tell somebody what I need them to do. I can work it from there. Hey, Mildred, I know the little rain we had, it felt like ice. Miss Joy. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow. And I was thinking about those kids and this evening getting my wheelchairs off of there. I'm like, please, mothers, be out here to get your baby. But the one that can't do anything, his mother was standing there with a blanket around her so she could wrap her kids in the blanket and push him in because they have a long walk from the road to their apartment. So tomorrow I put some blankets in the car so I can have them and put them around them, especially if we have to wait a little while. Because it takes that bus a little while to warm up. So what we're going to have to do is go out maybe about 10 minutes early and just start it and let it run. Let the engine get hot. And that way, when we get ready to pull off, we can turn the heater on. And by the time we pick up the first one, the heater ought to be hot for them. Yes, because it's cold. I kid you not. This feels like northeast to me when I lived in that Baltimore area. Ms.V, today is considered nice weather in Calgary. Really? So y'all just shipped it all down here, huh? To Gisty. And it's nice weather. What is nice weather though? Let me ask that to Gisty. She's an early birthday present for me. And I bet she is so precious. These babies these days, wow, they take my heart. 4 degrees. Girl, if you don't get out of here with that foolery, talking about it's nice in Calgary, it's 4 degrees. Uh-uh. Nah, I ain't never been as cold as I was watching the ball drop in New York City. I think that's the coldest because we stood out there in the streets so long waiting on that ball to drop, almost 4 hours. That was the coldest I've experienced here in the United States. Miss Mildred said, congratulations, Grandma Steen. Great Grandma Steen. Yeah. Um, 6 generations. Wow. That's history. So I was gonna tell y'all about the phone call I got. It was from a cancer thing. She texted me. She didn't call me. And it was out of the blue. I was sitting there waiting on Miss Margaret to come by because I had put her some ribs up in the freezer, and I had called to tell her when she brought her grandson to music lessons, come by here and get the ribs or call me and I would run them down the street. And she said, no, he only has about 20 more minutes. So we'll just run by there and get the ribs on the way. I want to bring you the cake that I had for you. I said, oh, Lord, I don't need no cake. And if you bring it here, I'm going to eat it. So anyway, she came by and she wasn't looking good either. She's not her normal happy. The Margaret that y'all met, I don't know if she's afraid of what she may have to face with her heart. The problem I think with her is that she doesn't know anything. They're running all these tests on her heart, but they haven't told her anything yet. And he said it would probably be next month after all the tests are run. He will give her a diagnosis of what has been found, and she's still having that sharp pain on the left side. So she had told me a week ago she was going to call her doctor and have him do a second opinion. But then the husband died, and she was rallying around her family and her daughters because that was their father. Even though Miss Margaret and her husband were divorced, they were still best of friends. And she took him in and kept him and took care of him for a long, long, long time. But he finally passed away. And you know, when you with somebody 28 years and you have 2 girls and a boy and grandchildren, it's a connection there. So it was just like she had lost her husband, whether they were divorced or not. She tries to snap out of it and say little funny things like she gonna get her a man and all that, but you can tell she's gone through a lot of stress in this last couple of weeks with the heart and then the husband passing. So back to my subscriber. She called me and she said, Miss V, I mean, text me. I keep saying call me. And she made the statement, she says, I don't know if you care. Well, that blew my mind. Why would you text me if you didn't think I didn't care? And so she said, I lost my brother today. I already knew that her brother was in the hospital and he was very sick. And then she had texted me and she had told me that he had stopped eating. That's not a good sign when you're sick. When you stop eating, most people who are dying are not trying to eat. That's the least thing they want is food. So she put me in an awkward position there because we're texting. So I'm thinking, what do you tell her? And I think I came up with something like, um, we're all God's children. God knows best. And he'll take care of the rest or something like that. Because I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to comfort her in what I was thinking and what she was telling me. So anyway, he passed away today. And I asked her to come into the chat tonight and put a cash app up because she's been a member over here a long time. I don't remember exactly what month she came in, but she's been here. And we were acquaintances out on YouTube in different chats before I became a content creator. I actually uh, met her in a lot of different chats out here. And then she became a subscriber over here on my page. So she told me, she said, I've been watching. I'm not going anywhere, but I just been watching from the bushes because I just had so much on me. But it's gonna be all right. I mean, it takes time to get over deaths, and you gotta grieve in your own way, and you don't know how to do it. You just gotta go through it, however you go through it. Act this thing up. I made you cook ribs today. They were good. I'm getting them out of here though. I gave Miss Margaret some. I took one of the ladies some to work today. And she was sitting up on that bus eating them ribs cold. I said, girl, if you don't go in there, put them ribs in the microwave. Oh, I don't know nobody eat no cold ribs now. That don't sound good to me. Um, Ms.V, I'm serious. People were in shorts in 4 degrees. But now, statistic. I do recall that when I lived in that area, it took me about a year to actually get adjusted to going outside and not freezing. I would actually itch like something was crawling on me when I'd go outside. When I first got there, it would be so cold. But before I left there, I was able to wear sweats, no coat. I had gotten away from the muffs, the gloves. I mean, I'm totally prepared for winter after living there. Their coats are even heavier than the coats we can buy in the South. They are made for that kind of weather up there. So it can't get too cold here for me. I'll be fine because I have the clothes and I know how to layer up clothes now. So a lot of people were just freezing today, but after I came home and I had the bra and then I had on the undershirt underneath there and I had on a t-shirt and I had on this. I mean, that's 4 layers of clothes next to your body right there. And then I had my Ravens jacket with me and I had my scarf. So, and it's the top of my body that gets cold, not the leg part. The feet does, but not the legs. That's crazy, ain't it? But that's the way it is. Um, Tajista says she's probably worried about the unknown. That's what it is, I think, Tajista. I think you can deal with things better when you know what's going on. It's the unknown that bothers you because you don't know what the outcome is going to be. Hey Prince, how's it going? That's so sad. My condolences to her and her family. Yeah, her handle is it's a cancer thing. Yeah, that's her handle. Okay. Hey Myra, how's it going? Holistic. Who else? Elaine. Speaking to all of y'all as I go on down. Many Films, hello, how are you doing? And welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Okay, and moving on up. Um, Miss Mildred said, that's right, it's hard. I'm still trying to move on without my oldest son, Demarius. Mm, yeah, and it takes time. It a lot of years and a lot of holidays can pass before you actually can feel somewhat normal again. I think as a mother, after talking to my mother when she lost her sons, you never get over it. It just gets a little better. That's the way she described it. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Jam Jam, how's it going with you, Jam Jam? Where was you this morning? You got to catch the replay. Oh, Tajisi, she wasn't in here this morning, Myra. Yeah, where were you? Let me hear you. You were doing something. Where were you? You heard Myra. You wanted her in here. Now she's questioning you. So I wanted to talk about lessons learned. What are some of the lessons y'all have learned in your lifetime that has helped mold you into the person you are, a better person than you were? That's a good subject. That can help a whole lot of people. A lot of people are going through the grieving process. And I told you, this time of year is not always good for a lot of people. People are celebrating the holidays and spending money on gifts, and families getting together and traveling and doing all this stuff, where other people, I got to, excuse me, sneeze. Excuse me. And we're not all in the same boat during the holiday season. You be more likely to be in the same boat during spring after being cooped up all winter, where you getting out and you actually going places and doing things now. And for those of us who don't have a big family anymore, it can be a little depressing. You got to find things to do to keep your mind occupied. Myra, I watched the replay this morning. I sent the code to Ms.V and I was enjoying 4 degrees. I ain't bad about the cold. I'm good with it. Like I said, I learned how to dress in those 10 years I was gone, and I'm okay. I'm really okay with it. Now, a lot of people down there, the ones I feel sorry for are the children, because a lot of them have to stand out there and wait on the bus. But I was telling a lot of them, like, where do you live in that apartment? Do you live upstairs, downstairs? Can you see the bus coming? You know about what time we're gonna arrive, because we arrive at the same time every morning. And if we're running late, we pick up the phone and we call the number to their parents and let them know that we're running late. And most of them could see the bus coming down the street. So it's like, okay, we're not gonna leave you. So what you do is you have everything ready and stand right there in the door. And when you see the bus pull up and stop, then you come out. It may take 2 or 3 minutes longer, but they'll still get there in time to eat breakfast. And that's better than being out there on the street in the elements. And I'm always scared for the ones who don't have to have the parents with them. We have some kids that have their parents have to bring them to the bus. But for those whose parents don't have to bring them to the bus, then just stay in the house. You'll get there in time for breakfast, or change your routine and eat breakfast at home. And if you're a few minutes late and you miss breakfast, then you still ate. Yeah. It's better than standing out there in that cold. And that's too dangerous because it's dark in some of those places. They don't have street lights. I can't believe that. I am cold, Ms.V, but I am blessed. Okay, Jam Jam. Y'all should be ready for the winter weather. You've been there most of your life, so you're accustomed to it. Holistic say to just say, okay, I will be waiting for it. Jam Jam, Myra on you too. Well, Myra came in, baby, she was gone, and now she done come back and she on everybody case. She saying you wasn't in here either, Jam Jam. I don't understand. No, she coming back rough. Jam Jam said she was in the bushes. I don't know why she was in the bushes laughing. Now she out in the chat tonight. Why was you in the bushes this morning, Jam Jam? Why do y'all go in the bushes on my channel? Ain't nobody never did nothing to nobody over here on this channel. They do more to me than they do to y'all. Mm-mm. Thank you, Myra. I appreciate that. Good evening, Miss Sabrina. How you doing tonight? So come on, y'all. What are some lessons y'all have learned in life that could help somebody? That help you, that can help somebody else? That's what the question is on my mind tonight. A little inspiration, a little motivation. And it could be through anything. It could have been through losing weight, the grieving process, um, educating yourself. I can think of so many ways that you may have learned a lesson in life that could probably inspire somebody that might be going through something tonight. Went stone cold broke and can't bounce back. People do that all the time. Lose everything from drugs or just bad luck. Maybe had a broken home or lost their job. Child or you were ill and it took up your savings and your money. Times just got hard and you had to deal with it. Your hair is really growing and it's beautiful. Thank you, Sabrina. I did get some braids Saturday and I love them so far. That's good. They didn't put them too tight, huh, Sabrina? Because you don't need that tension on there. Yeah, Miss Margaret was telling me tonight, oh, where your hair is growing. I told her, I said, I hadn't really, I took the brush and I just brushed it and all the curls loosened up. So you can see that it is growing now. Yeah. Because when it's wet and you shampoo it, it would be to my skull. Y'all know that. Yeah, but it's growing. Hey, Jennifer Thomas, how you doing tonight? Jam, now, you wanted me out, so nope, you come out the bushes over here too. All right, Myra making the rules tonight. Y'all heard her. I ain't got nothing to say. I never understood why y'all had to be in the bushes over here. Not at all. We ain't talking about nobody out here on YouTube for y'all to be in the bushes, other than we talked about Legend today, the baby daddy. Because he ain't did what he was supposed to be doing. So I just let the world know what type of father he was. He started off good, but he done got distracted. I don't know why. Okay. So basically, the storms of life, how did you overcome them? Is my question. Okay. Kentucky weather is crazy. Ah, what part of Kentucky you live in, Jam Jam? I have a very good friend that I used to work with when I lived on the East Coast, and he lives in Kentucky. And my daughter did her summer intern program in Kentucky. Uh-huh. Life have taught me to be grateful and to have more patience. That's good to just, it taught me the same thing. Not to be grateful. I think I've always been grateful because my mother instilled that in me when I was a small child, that people don't have to do anything for you. And when they do step out of their way to include you and to do for you, you always need to show gratitude. So I learned that from a little girl. And I think I'm a very humble person when it comes to people blessing me. And I'm always thankful because they didn't have to do it. Nobody has to do anything. Nobody owes me anything. There are people that walk around through life thinking that people owe them something. I No, I don't feel that way. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I don't think nobody owes me anything. Anything that I wanted out of life, I was taught you got to get up and you got to go get it. It's like teach a man how to fish and he'll eat for life. That's what I was taught. So I don't depend on other people to go get it for me. And I'm not ungrateful if somebody helps me along the way. I've had help all my life, not even asking for it. People just volunteer their help. Oh, I got such and such a thing. Oh, no, don't get that. Don't buy that. Come over here and get this. Dropping stuff off. I've always been blessed that way. But I was also taught if you want more out of life, you got to get up and you got to figure out how you got to go get it. And it needs to be legal so you can keep your ugly ass out of jail. That's for real. Life, okay. Holistic says, I got my electric blanket and my small heater. So just, I don't think we could stay in the same house together because you would burn me up. Electric blanket and a small heater. I can't do all that heat now, Holistic. Sabrina says to take accountability for your actions. That's a good one too. A lot of us don't do that. We'll deflect before we take accountability for something we've done. And think I've been pretty good about that, even being corrected out here on YouTube. I might not always agree, but not to go back and forth and not to cause arguments. I just say, okay, I'm going to think about it. You could be right, and let it go at that. And then if I think about it and it does make sense, I'll come back and tell the person, you know what? I thought about that and you made a whole lot of sense. I'm going to change that tune. I'm going to do different. And then if I don't, I just don't say anything and keep it moving. But at least that way you didn't get into it with anybody. You didn't have to go back and forth with anybody. I just can't stand that. That just makes no sense to me, to go back and forth and you just argue, argue, argue. You never come to a conclusion. You never come to any kind of agreement. You don't just go on your way and the other person go their way. That's so crazy to me. I was laughing in the bushes. If you must know, I was watching you while taking a bath. Oh, Myra, you heard that? If you must know. Okay? That's why she was watching from the bushes. She couldn't have no phone in the bathtub trying to electrocute Jam Jam. Exactly, Sabrina. Take accountability for your actions and stop blaming others for your actions. That's it. I call it deflecting. That's what a lot of people do. They're guilty of the same thing they're saying you're guilty of, but they're better at their words than you are. And they're more entertaining and enlightening when they're telling their side of the story. So you buy into what they're saying because they captured their audience. But the other person you're talking about was doing the same thing. Isn't that equal? I would think so. Respect and kindness and love. That's what my mom taught me. Okay. That's also a good one. You can't demand respect if you're not given respect. And people these days are very disrespectful. They don't care what they say, who they say it to. It's no respect for children anymore. Out the window. You'll say and do anything in front of them and then get mad when they do it. You taught them how to do it. Yeah. And never say what your kid won't do. Just because you haven't seen it don't mean he's not doing it. Okay? Mm-mm. Not too many kind people anymore. Love is the greatest gift God ever left here on earth, and it's free. And we have so little of it. Vera, how you doing? Miss Popfield? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Holistic, I can't do an electric blanket. I get too hot. And that heat is different too, coming from the electric blanket. Maybe it's because it's so close to your body. I have maybe 2 or 3 of them. I used to have one on for each bed, and I never could sleep under it. Don't let your past define your future. Very good, Sting. If I did, I wouldn't be here today. Keep pushing forward. Exactly. You told your story on one of the channels out here, Sting. I remember the night you got on the panel and you told your story. And you overcame that. That's a lot. Because that could have haunted you for the rest of your life. And there are a lot of grown people that can't shake it. I have a very close childhood friend that has gone through drugs and everything else, trying to shake what happened to her in her childhood. And her biggest problem is that her mother never believed her, never sit down and tried to talk to her about it. Yet the mother got rid of the husband, which was my friend's stepfather, but she never owned up to making the child feel worthy or like she was anybody. She just walked on through life like, yeah, it happened. I got rid of him, so it's over. No, it's not over. She's 60 some years old and it's still not over. She will live with this the rest of her life. She's gone through therapy. She's very spiritual today. But it's the trauma from childhood she can't shake, through drugs, through losing her family. She had a family before she started with the drugs. She lost everything and came back. And she's working now at a university and probably will be working a long time because she was in her 40s before she got her life together where she could go back out into the working world and make money. But that is still in her head. Yep. Hey, Auntie Mimi, listen, don't sweat the small stuff. I have a friend that says that all the time. Don't sweat the small stuff. Give it all to God. He's got a plan. Hold on, it jumped on me. Anyway, never argue with an idiot. Don't let them bring you down to their level. It's best to walk away from them. That hurts a person, believe it or not. When they come for you and you ignore them, or you don't let it get to you and you just keep on pushing, it bothers them because it was supposed to tear you down. It was supposed to hurt you. It was supposed to stop you. It was supposed to make you come back to them. And when you let them know, gone on, I don't need you, okay? I was only being friendly to you. Then they got to either move on, and don't think they don't stop and think about it, because they do. Yeah, they do. But they are less likely to come for you again because they know it doesn't affect you. Give a hoot. I mean, how can anything in somebody else's life affect my life if it's not entwined into my life? And I don't even know you. Sabrina Thought says, I don't know, Ms.V. I think everything we go through grows you and makes you stronger. And finally, you reach a place of peace, no matter what it is. I've reached that place of peace. I let very few things bother me, not even deaths. I went through 2 family members dying in the same week, 2 weeks ago. I didn't let it affect me. You come here dying. If you live, you gonna die. You just don't know when. Yeah. So I just looked at it like, wow, we had a lot of good times together. And now I have the memories. I got pictures I can go back and look at. But I can't let that just stop me for 1 hour of the day. I can do what I can do. I can call the family. I can give them my condolences. I can offer, what do you need me to do? Do I need to send money? Do I need to send flowers? Is a scholarship fund being set up for them for whatever reason? Or what is the family going to do? And do that and move on. That's all I can do. Jennifer, I had to give it to God and let him work it out. And I think when you have him in your life, now I know when you have him in your life, you're better off because at least you have somebody, Jen, that you can call on. It's the people that don't know him that go through a series of problems before they find him. And in the end, that's all you got anyway. Hey, Carla, thank you for the hearts and the roses. Jam, I be freezing year round. And she back to this. Hemoglobin is very low, and I get iron every Tuesday, and I hate it. Is it a shot? Because they tell me them iron shots are kind of painful because it's so thick. Trying to get through that syringe. Went through your arm. Myra has put her big girl panties on today. Yeah, she wearing drawers today, baby. She out of the panties. Screaming at everyone. Love you, Myra. Well, you know she going through the change. We talked about that too. So you just kind of have to overlook that kind of stuff. This too shall pass. It'll pass, Jam Jam. Don't worry about it. Let them make it. Western Kentucky. Okay, Jam Jam. Um, hey, I am Michelle for life. I just remind myself that whatever happens is supposed to have happened. It can't be fixed. Leave it alone. Everything happens for a reason. Anytime something bad happens to me, something good comes. Fact. I've experienced that. Yep. And you may go through a series of bad stuff or trials and tribulations. But when the good comes, it outweighs the bad. I've experienced that. People help those who help themselves. Facts. Why should I go out and help somebody who I know ain't going to do nothing with what I'm doing for them? They really don't care. They want immediate gratitude. They want immediate gain. And life is not like that. Uh-uh. None of us started out with anything. You built step by step by step to get to wherever you are in life. I am Michelle is speaking to me and the chat. Thank you. They're speaking back. Hey, Chico Sticks. Blue J0218. Hey, how you doing? Stay true to yourself and others. Ooh, that's another good one. Because if you're not true to yourself, you can't be true to nobody else. Very good, Blue. Ms.V, at this point in my life, I feel great mentally, but my physical condition is not great. I don't complain because I still wake up and say thank you. Yes, and you're not alone. Look at how many people in the world have physical. We all have them. Maybe not to the magnitude that some others may have it, but everybody goes through some physical changes in life. Yeah. If no more than aging. That comes with aches and pains right there. Hey, Kimberly McNeil. Sting, I always tell my children that people see you doing right, they will be more quick to help. Yeah. If they can see your struggle, they can feel it. They are more likely to help. I don't want to help somebody that was out here bragging in the world or taking from people. I gotta sneeze. Now why I'm sneezing? Let's see. Maybe we need to spray a little microbrand in here. Think that'll help get rid of some germs? Maybe. I don't know. It can't hurt. That's for sure. Um, People see you doing right, they will be more quick to help. I would. I would rather help somebody that I know was trying. And maybe it just took a little while longer for them to get there. And it doesn't always have to be money either. It doesn't. People may need help in other ways. It's maybe they have their paychecks coming in, but they need food at this time. They need gas to get to work. Okay? They may not need you to just hand them hundreds of dollars to get out of what fix it is. It might be $25, just enough gas to get me to payday. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe you need to go get some clothes out of your closet and give them to them. It's cold outside. Maybe they don't have winter clothing. Well, that didn't really cost you anything because you already bought and paid for it if it's hanging up in your closet. Okay. Jam, okay, I'll excuse you this time. Oh, Myra. Okay, well, I'm glad y'all got it together over here. Chico Sticks is speaking to you. I am Michelle for life. Blue Jay, stay true to yourself and others. Yeah, that's where I was. Vera says, people who don't give respect, not expect to receive it. Exactly. Mm-mm. It doesn't work like that. If you, the only way you can get respect, and you're not going to always get it when you respect others. There's still going to be somebody out there off the hinges that's going to disrespect you. And you haven't done anything for that disrespect, but they're showing you who they are, and you need to back and let them have it. Okay? You don't need to go back and forth. Well, just let them have it. If that's what you want to do, show your butt out here. Let them do it. I know holistic. My son was always cold after dialysis, and I always stopped at Wendy's and got a bowl of chili, and I ran his phosphorus up. Okay. Okay, I'm getting on down here. Hey, Miss Wanda Clayton, good evening. How you doing? We over here chatting about lessons learned in life and what was something that could change somebody else's life from your life experiences of something you went through in life. And we've come up with some real good ones. Hey, Pearlie. Sandra McHenry, Ms. V, me and my kids, I have three boys and one daughter. I pick up bottles and cans to make it. I didn't have, I didn't have no one. My kids are doing great. Praise God. Wait a minute. Let me read this again. Ms. V, me and my kids, I have three boys and one daughter. I pick up bottles and cans to make it. But it's a lot of other things you can do too, Sandra. Um, Donate plasma. It's the stick is the worst part of it. That's $100. Okay. Um, what else can you do? If you can cook, you can always bake cakes and sell cakes, cookies, whatever. Um, Name some other things she can do. You have three boys. Y'all can do car washes in the summer and in the spring. Put a sign out there. People passing by all the time. Go to some place where they got water and soap and let them make money that way. You can do a lot. I'm just trying to think of so many things that you can do. Do you have any skill of your own, like sewing or crafting or anything that you could sell that you made? You just got to stop and think about it. Yeah, she needs her mother to acknowledge what happened first and foremost. That's a start. I'm not sure where that's coming from, Sting, but yeah, I would think everybody would need their mother. Um, y'all, I think I'm catching a cold. Jennifer Thomas, Sandra, what a blessing. Okay. Woo, Miss V, I can't do crowds anymore. These people are so rude to individuals that are handicapped like me. I'm an introvert to the heart. Yeah, there's no respect for people in wheelchairs or amputees or and I remember having so much respect for them even when I was young as a child. I would hold the door open for them or try to prop the foot up or do whatever I could to make them be comfortable, help them up a step, anything. People now let the door slam on you. Vera says, I really wished I had money to donate to you. You seem like such a great person. Um, That's Miss Sandra. Yeah, and we can. If you have a Cash App and people want to donate, you can put the Cash App in the chat. Sandra, I never would have known anything. You come in the chat always happy go lucky. Until tonight. The first time you've ever said anything. You've been in the chat for a long time. Okay. Wanda speaking to you, Sting. Thank you, Myra. I still love you, and I'm glad you're back. Yeah, Myra, be nice now, because they was all missing you. Now you come in here with hell on wheels. Jam, does your son take the binders for his phosphorus? I had to apply for a grant to get mine. 6 month supply, 5K. Okay. Hey, Yo-Yo, you didn't say I'm here, but you are. Good evening, Alex. Good evening, Miss V. I hope your day was beautiful, Queen. It was. Got a little cold this morning, but I had blankets on the bus And I put some more in the car so I could put them. I rolled them up, and we have a little basket back there, and I'm gonna put some more in there so in case my kids get cold or the bus stop on us, anything could happen. And we have to turn the motor off. It's gonna be cold, so I don't want my babies cold. So I got blankets back there for them. Wrap them up in. Exactly 100. I don't let death bother me anymore, Ms.V. Nah, we all got to leave up out here, stay. Yep. After the mother and father and the siblings now, I can't. Mm-mm. Let's see. I'm going on down. Alex says, I am Michelle, Carla, Jenny on the block. I didn't see her in here. Hey, Jenny, how you doing? Myra, Holistic. Hello, Queens. Much love. Jenny, I haven't seen you in ages. Welcome. Hey, Kendra's Corner. Sabrina thoughts. I like that. I'll think about it. Part, Miss B. I also believe in apologizing for my part in any disagreement. I'm not arguing with anybody either at this point in my life. For what? How does an argument ever sell anything unless you can come to sit down and talk, not argue, and come to an agreement that, okay, Sabrina, this is what bothers me. This is what hurt me. I didn't like the way you talked to me. It wasn't what you said, it was how you said it, it was the words you used. Um, I felt that my character was assassinated or whatever it was. And then that other person is got to be able to sit down and think about, okay, do they love you enough? Do they think enough about you to apologize for their behavior? Because you've already put it out on the line what happened to you. Now it's up to them. Then, if they can't respond back in a positive manner, then you know what you got to do. They are not for you. Get out from around them. They do it once, they'll do it again. I always give that person the benefit of the doubt. Tell me what I did, okay? And if they can't tell me what I did, they have a serious problem with me. And do you think I want to lay down and close my eyes around somebody like that? Do you think I want them walking behind me? No, they cannot be trusted. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. Hey, Elaine, good evening. How are you? Auntie Mimi, to all who greeted me, every time I'm in here, I listen, but I don't read the chat the entire time. I just type when I have a response to Ms.V saying so. I promise I'm not ignoring. Okay. She's letting you know where she is and what she's doing. Okay, Lord, I'm afraid of electric blankets. Why, Carla, you think it's going to shock you? Uh-uh. So get around no water. Jam Jam say holistic. He doesn't need it now. He has a working kidney. Everything that keeps you alive costs a lot of money. That rejection medicine is also outrageous. Without insurance, you can't afford it. That's a good thing to hear. He has a working kidney. That's better than being on dialysis any day. And I'm praying holistic can get there. Amen. We came into this world with nothing. Exactly. And you're going to leave out with nothing. Out of all the things you sit here and accomplish, you're going to leave them behind for somebody else. And all the things that meant so much to you may not mean a pillar of salt to nobody else. Nothing. They'll come through and your most prized possession could go in the trash. They could give it to Goodwill, uh, leave it in the house even, and it end up in somebody else's hands. Lots of relish items have been found in attics that are worth millions today. If only you had the Cabbage Patch doll that you played with, or some of the Beanie Babies. Think about all that stuff. That after your kids stopped playing with it, you threw it away. You had no idea it was going to be priceless. a lot of old coins. It's just so much that we take for granted in life. Yep. Sabrina says, I feel like you command respect by how you carry yourself. Exactly. If I don't carry myself like a hood rat, a gutter rat, or whatever you want to call it, then why would you come over here? Or if I haven't done anything or said anything to you to hurt you, why are you coming after me? Because you got a problem. Yeah. Holistic says, no, Ms.V, they push it through the IV and it makes me sick. I guess them to push at the end of the treatment. Okay. Alex says, bless you, Ms.V. Blessings to all of you also. Y'all are, I compliment y'all all the time. Such a wonderful chat because y'all come in with things that you're talking about that affecting your life and things you've been through and things that you need in life. And it's a blessing because I would hate to have a chat that eggs me on or pushes me on down the road when I'm wrong anyway and y'all are telling me I'm right. That's not a good chat, not to me. And going along with things that I may do and say that you don't agree with, but you like me that well, that I entertain you that well, that you just don't say nothing. Now, I've always said everybody's got their opinion over here. I may not agree with it. One thing I will not do, you voice your opinion, but if you keep coming with something, why did you do this or why did you say that? And look, now, I let you voice your opinion and tell me how you felt about it. And I will come back one time and say, okay, you're right. Well, I'm gonna think about it. I don't know if I agree with that, but after that, I'm done. Okay, we're not gonna keep going on and on and on. No, I told you from day one, I'm not that kind of person. I can't do that now. You're asking too much. Hey, Elaine, bless you, Miss V. Thank you, Elaine. I could use all the blessings in the world. Um, Alex, you called? You need some heater blanket from Holistic? Okay. Vera says, really good message for everyone. Money doesn't buy your happiness. It can cause sadness. If you ever have or will get the opportunity to talk to really wealthy people, just sit down and have a chat with them. They're going to tell you some things that's going to blow your mind about if they got there legally, okay? How hard it was to get there and how even harder it was to stay there and keep it. And all of the tragedies and trials and tribulations they went through because of it. Sometimes I often wonder if they really are happy when they lay down at night with all the money in the world. Are they really happy? Some of them have a lot of the same problems we have, like Holistic, for instance. I'm going to use her as an example. Her physical condition. They have it too. And you think about it. The people who have died filthy rich. Some came to MD Anderson, Jacqueline Onassis, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, all the money. Prestige, glam, popular. President's wife. It couldn't save her. Patrick Swayze, he came to MD Anderson. Couldn't be saved. Elizabeth Taylor. You could just go on and on and on with celebrities that you know that have plenty of money. Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson. They went through some money in their day. But they couldn't have been happy because when that would never would have fallen for the drugs. All the treatment she went through, and um, even went over to, I believe it was the Holy Land, and went into Jordan or something, and she couldn't shake it. Something was wrong from childhood. Something happened. Okay. Then her daughter goes through the same thing, and she would have been left everything from Whitney. Her and Bobby were divorced. Michael never did find true peace and true happiness, in my opinion. He was a little boy all of his life in a man's body. Look at Neverland. That's for kids. He didn't have a childhood. That messed him up. You gotta crawl before you can walk, or you're gonna be dyslexic. Something else is gonna happen. Life is about steps, and it's balanced. Okay. Hey, Renee Sharp, how are you? I don't like the wait a minute, people using the people that choose to help them. Yeah. And you see it every day, all day long. And it's like, okay, I know you need this. I know you need that. And we all pulled in together and we helped you. But you took the money and went and had a great weekend with it, or a vacation with it, or just blew it. But that was my hard-earned money. You showed me you weren't even grateful, because you could have been doing so many other things I see you need to be doing with your body, with your home, with your vehicles, with your life, with your job. You could have taken that and maybe went and got you a college course that would benefit you more than taking a vacation or going out buying a wardrobe of clothing. It happens. I am Michelle for life. Sting says, that's what I did. I gave all of my granddaughters gently worn clothes to my neighbor who has 2 little girls. That's blessing. Yeah. That means that lady didn't have to go out and buy them. And all of them, basically, that you get might be slightly worn. If you're going into a department store, somebody done tried it on several times. So it's already been slightly worn anyway. We look at it as new because we're paying new prices. Or maybe they took it home and they brought it back. It's slightly worn. Yeah. Auntie Mimi, God was upset with the people in Sodom and Gomorrah for having everything they wanted, but not sharing or helping. Yet they were wicked. The Bible is full of lessons. Yep, all through it. And it will repeat itself. If you notice in different books, you'll get the same thing, but from a different person. So to me, that's saying it's true. If it happened to him, and it happened to him, and it happened to him in this book, in that book, and in that book, it just repeated itself. And that's what life is doing. I said before, we're just different characters. Same thing happened back then as happening today, just different people. That's all. Listen, I will fight about my blankets and my heater and my heating pad. My daughter turns on the seat warmer when I get in. Woo, you making me hot. Holistic. I take advantage of all the government agencies. And why not? Aren't you? You pay taxes every time you go and buy something, don't you? Mm-hmm. We pay taxes on cars when we buy them. We pay taxes on houses. We pay taxes on clothes, food. Anything you buy here in America is taxed. Okay? And if the government programs are out there and you qualify, the only thing I say to anybody is don't take advantage of it. You need food and they give you food stamps. Don't go sell the stamps. Feed your children with them stamps. That's all I'm saying. Ain't nothing wrong with it if you can get a habitat house and it gets you out of a raggedy old house or off the street or in an expensive apartment you really can't afford, go get it. Yeah, and keep it and fix it up. Making jewelry, yeah, that's another thing you can do. Kimberly's giving you an idea, Sandra. Um, the lady you said her mom didn't believe her. Okay, my childhood friend. Yeah. Mm-hmm. To this day, her mother's never discussed it. Mm-mm. And I think we were fourth grade, fifth grade when that started, or when she told me about it. Okay? It's been a long time ago. We are old women now. And she's walked with that all of her life. One agency paid my light bill for 6 months. That's good. Uh, I used to take up money for United Way. And when I worked for Amico, and there are Salvation Armies, there are food banks out there now. Almost every church is giving away food. Our church is every third Tuesday. And so there's no reason for nobody to be hungry. In this area where we live, Sting, you can go to the Catholic churches and they'll help you. A lot of organizations around here will help you with your rent. If you can show that you make less than certain amount of money, they'll pay over half of your rent for you. It's just so many ways you can get help, but you got to get up and go get it. And stop expecting people to just donate, donate, donate. Everybody's going through something. I don't care if you got money. You got to try to keep it. You don't know how long you're going to live? Yeah. Hey, Alvin Booth, how you doing this evening? Vera says, I'm going to take a shower. If this stream is still going on, I'll come back. Okay, Vera, thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. Hey, I'm here. Thank you, Alvin. See you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your days and night. And we will. Thank you so much for coming in, Vera. Auntie Mimi, like as a wife, I strive to be like the woman spoken about in Proverbs 31. Tells us that the ideal woman is virtuous, yes, strong and selfless, helpful, and builds her home up with her tongue, not tear it down. Great. Hey, Rod, how you doing? First time I've seen you in chatting with Ms.V. Ms.V, how can I get a strong black woman? First, I pray about it. I ask God to send me in the right direction, Rod, because you're going to have to date her for a while to know how strong she really is. And she's going to have to go through some tests while you're dating her for you to know. And that's the only way I think you can figure it out. Because if you meet her on good days, how will you know how strong she is when somebody dies or when she loses her job or when a child is ill or y'all forbid have children and one of the children is sick for life and all of that? You've got to see her strength in what she's going through is what I'm trying to say, Rod. Yeah, and it has to be something devastating for you to see how strong she really is. Can she take a licking and keep on ticking? It's the only way I can tell you. Because, I mean, even the strongest get weak. They're going to need a strong man behind them also to know what their strength is, to be able to pull them through it. You follow me, Rod? Okay. We start to understand life and everything it holds sooner or later. We've dealt with most of our traumas, hurts, betrayals, and we just learned that if we got through that and wear the armor of God, we okay. Very well said, Sabrina. Alex, are you always thinking, Miss B, nobody will be cold on the bus all winter? The bus could stop. We could have a flat. Anything could happen. I mean, yeah, we can pick up and we can call base, but it may take them 30 to 40 minutes sitting on a cold bus, and we cannot get off the bus with those kids. So, yeah, I'm thinking My kids don't need to be cold. I had plenty blankets here. I washed them up and rolled them up, and I got about 6 on the bus now, and I have about 6 more that I put in the car to go put on the bus. That'll be 12. And I'm gonna need 6 more. So I probably have to go out and buy. I can go down to the dollar store and buy some $5 blankets down there to cover them up with. Yeah. Ms. V, you are a sweetheart, and I love the way you take care of those children on that bus. I wish all managers were like you. I wouldn't have taken the job, Jam Jam, if I didn't like children, first of all. And I couldn't deal with children that were handicapped physically, mentally, sometimes both. Um, I love those kids to death. And when they don't show up, I'm wondering, where are they this morning? Like 2 of them didn't show up this morning. Their parents took them to school, but I didn't know that. And when we got to school, the teacher came out and I was like, well, this one didn't come this morning. Oh, he's already in there. And it was just like, okay, okay. And what about this one? Well, we haven't seen her yet. Then I had to go look in my book because I write little notes down when the parents will say, well, they won't be there Tuesday, such and such a date, or they might not be there on Thursday, because a lot of times they have to go to the doctor for their medication or whatever. So, or therapy. So I had to look at my book and I said, oh, she's not coming today because she gone to therapy today. And then I was good. Yeah, I miss them little rats. They give me hell sometimes, but I miss them. AT Mimi, I was married for 30 years. And if you don't have a spouse that appreciates his virtuous woman, you don't miss your water until your well runs dry. He still thinks I am his wife. That's not a bad thing. That's basically like Miss Margaret and her husband were. When they divorced, they were together 28 years. But he passed the other day, and it's just like her husband has passed. Yep, they were just like that, the best of friends. We just finished our dog. It feels like ice outside, cold ice. Ooh, well, get inside and get warm. I don't have cash out. Oh, okay, Sandra. Well, you're gonna have to go get you something because we won't be able to help you any other way. And that's the only one. I have Zelle at my bank, but I've never applied for it. But get it, and Ms.V for sure will send you something. Okay? Mildred is saying walking our dog. See, that's why I don't have a dog, because you got to take them outside. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Because they got to go when they got to go, just like children. I like baby Gator because he in the bed, okay? He'll be in there until you go get him out. You ain't got to walk him. You ain't got to feed him. You ain't got to do nothing. Just take him with you. That's it. As a young teen myself, says Vera, I can say that my generation needs to learn these kinds of things. There could be a lot more respect and tolerance in the world if everyone thought like this. But it has to start at home. And that's what's wrong, Vera. In my opinion, the home has broken down. It's not the home of days gone by. Everything is accepted. Kids are in grown folks' conversation. You are saying everything around your kids. We now have social media. We come out on social media. We do too much. We say too much. It's there for life. In some archive, somebody can always go back and pull it up. I always think when I'm on here, I have grandchildren. They're going to have children that will never know me, but they may watch a video one day and say, that's my great grandma, that's my grandma, or whatever. And I don't want that legacy left behind that I came out here just cussing everybody out, just going at it. I don't want that for me. And I don't bash anybody who does it. That's your thing. Do you. I got to do me. And that's not who I am anyway. I have a lot of clergy that watch me. My pastor's wife yesterday was pushing my page down at the church. And she was saying she don't come out there doing all that cussing and fussing. She's just little old vet, come out there having a good time. and enjoying life and telling about her life and her life experiences and engage in the chat. And that's basically what I do with what I said I was going to do: inspiration, motivation, education, and foolery about my life. I'm not concerned, nor do I want to dox and find out anything about anybody else's life. It's of no concern to me. I mean, I don't really care. Mm-mm. No more than they should care about mine. I am so happy to hear that. I swear dialysis is a full-time job if you care about your health and comply. But people don't care about chronic illness. Not if it's not them or somebody in their family or their friends. They don't care because they're fine. Those type of people, they won't understand it until it happens to them. Holistic. Jam Jam, yes, ma'am. And I pray Holistic get a kidney. It's really sad because in order to get an organ, someone needs to lose a life. Exactly. But I have been a donor on my license since I was around 40. And a girlfriend didn't know that because I don't talk about it. My daughter knows it because when I first did it, she told me, she said, Mom, and she's in the medical field. She said, Mom, if something happens to you, do you think them people are really going to try to save you? And I was like, I don't know. But when my time is up, it's up. You know, people have died on the operating table and been brought back. That time wasn't up. That's the way I look at it. But if they can use the organ to save somebody else, then why not? I can't use it once I'm gone. I don't need it. I That's selfish to me, but to each his own. Okay? Some people want to take everything with them. That's fine if they do. But thank God there are others that don't think that way. I had a little nephew I told y'all about. He was 27 when he passed away a few years ago, 3 to be exact, of liver failure. And he got 3 transplants. None of them worked. But somebody died to give him, 3 people died to give him those 3 organs from their body. I've learned not to judge adults nor children. We never know. It might be a reason for why they act how they act. I don't think that, no, I shouldn't say that because people do judge. I try not to judge people on how they act, but I do look at, try to think, why do they act the way they act? What happened? I always question in my mind what happened to make them be the way they are. They not, that's not a normal thing to be unhappy every day, bullying every day, bashing every day. That's not normal. How many people do you know do that every day? In your circle, around you, the people that you come in contact with. That's not normal to me. And when I do see it, it's like, oh, wow. I don't know if I can deal with this for a very long period of time. Okay. Hey, Living Purpose. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sandra Hendricks McHenry said, I love you, Miss V. My kids are good. I don't have Cash App. Okay, Sandra. Just know we're here for you, okay? People can get out here and they can take up money for themselves and everything else. I look at it like if the people are coming in and supporting me and they do need help, and I mean, I don't know what I can give at the time because I don't know what my expenses are from day to day, month to month, whatever. I just thank the Lord when it's time for it to be paid. I come up with it, okay? And not worry about it. So that's what we do. Jam Jam, I was told that I need a living donor. I'm emotionally drained. No, you can't get emotionally drained. When that time comes, it'll happen. My brother was told the same thing. And look how it worked out for him. Although he didn't make it, His stepson, he had no idea that billboard was up for over a year across the state of Louisiana in every major city. Nobody came forth. His stepson made up in his mind a kid he raised, his wife's son, and went to Birmingham and tested positive as a donor. Yep. Never would have dreamed it in the wildest dreams. None of the rest of us even could give him a kidney because we didn't match. But his stepson did. Yep, our blood types had to be the same. Everything. Prince says, facts, Ms.V. Ms.V is cold here today. It's 35 today. Ooh, that is cold. But I think it's going to be in the low 40s tomorrow here. It was 48 and temperature said it felt like 45. But I think I'll wake up in the morning, especially if it rains like it says, it'll drop down into the low 40s. Holistic, thank God he sent me a real one, but I was in a healthy frame of mind when I attracted him 20 years now. But we were raised to value marriage, work through it, both sides, parents, good marriage. That's a blessing. Ain't he? Alvin Booth, you're telling the truth. I try, Alvin. Ain't no sense in lying. And somebody gonna pick up that you're lying anyway. So if you don't know, just say I don't know. That's what I do. People ask me stuff all the time. They've asked me stuff on YouTube. Well, I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. I'll look into it. But ain't no sense in me coming out here lying about it. Excuse me. Alex, wow, I can't do that anymore. I did that cold weather in Arizona for 5 years. You must have been like in the Flagstaff area. Because Phoenix, I don't think Phoenix gets that cold, does it? I know it's hot as hell in the summer in Phoenix. I've been through that in the summer. Whitney's death broke my heart. I loved her and still do. Yes. We grew up with Whitney. That's what it was. And the voice. You may never get another voice in a lifetime like her that could run that whole scale. With effortlessly, she could run the scale from here up to there and back down again. She did. She could do that. Even her own daughter couldn't do it. Alex, wow, I can't do that anymore. Okay, I read that. Witness death. Okay, I read that one. Holistic, what's the difference? Has your family been tested? Okay, says Jam Jam. I'm late, but I'll say this. If you don't have your health physically or mentally, your life isn't the same. Exactly. You've been through it, living purpose, so you know that. You and Holistic in this chat over here are two people I know have been through a storm. But just look, it's all going to get better. Nothing lasts forever. Okay? Just keep on living. Just keep on doing the best you can with what you got. That's the best advice I can give you. We will all go through something before we close our eyes here on earth. He went through it. We going through it too. Aren't we descendants of him? All right then. Yeah, Holistic, it sucks. We will be in the negative soon. Ooh, my God. Hey, Rebecca. Rebecca, I ain't seen you in so long. Hey, Auntie. How you doing, Niecy? Glad you came into the chat tonight. Okay, let me get on down here. I hope all is well. Queen says, Alex to live in purpose. Miss Vera says something most can relate to is some people may try to insult you, but if you're happy, their words do not mean anything to you. Not a thing. Because your mind is on what you are doing in your life, and they have no idea. They only know what they see on social media, but they don't really see everything when the camera turns off and the people that you really associate with, because the people I associate with, most of them don't want to be on YouTube. They have no use for it. They're on Facebook, but they have no use for YouTube at all, period. Because they just don't like the content of day-to-day bashing. okay, and talking about each other and cussing each other out. They just don't. That's my friends. And I'll always say, like yesterday when I was walking through church, I'm on live. That means they can move out from around me if they don't want to be on there. But if you notice, most of them yesterday down at the church, they were speaking to y'all. Hey, they don't have nothing to gain or hide. That's the way it is. Okay, let me push on down. Alvin is saying, Amen. Come on now. All right. Kimberly, that's right, Miss V. History just repeats itself over and over and over again. I've been bullied from someone for the way my braids look. Come on now. That's a personal thing. People wear their hair and their makeup and their clothing, especially in today's world, however they want to. Um, Old people are not, they don't dress. Oh, I'm old. I don't dress like my mother or my grandmother would have dressed at my age. I keep up with the times, but I make it age appropriate for me. And I've always been a little bit different when it comes to what I like. I never wanted nothing nobody else had. I may compliment you on it, but that was customized for you. I'm going to customize it for me. Even if I copy off of yours, I'll make mine different. I don't want the same thing nobody else has. I'm not that much into you, Miss Vera, to want to be your twin and have the same ideas popping up in my head. No, I came here single, solo. And I told y'all from the beginning, I'm even different from my siblings. I'm way different from them. I know that, and that's how I get along with them. I I'm low key around them. I'm background to them. Excuse me. Oh, it's not a cold coming on. So I'm a doctor up again tonight. I got too hot in this house yesterday and I woke up. Remember when I woke up sweating? But that's okay. I'm just like it came in, it's going out. One thing I don't like when somebody says if it wasn't from me, you wouldn't have nothing. And they will get mad when I tell them you don't have nothing neither. Boy, I tell them they get mad. How they gonna tell you that if it wasn't for you, they wouldn't have nothing and they ain't got nothing? Now, you make that make sense, Joy. People say anything. Just read between the lines, and if it don't make sense, you got good sense, okay? They out here trying to brainwash you. Don't let them. Mm-mm. Uh, they be laughing at me at dollars. I have two blankets and I'm under the blanket. But we understand. You explained to us why you are very cold. Now I understand it. You know Baker Ripley's house, Miss V. Yes. Aunt V, my home church gives away food every Wednesday. Okay, that's good, Myra. And that way the community can eat. It's so many churches around here that gives away food and different organizations. Yeah, nobody should be hungry around here unless you want to be. Big boxes of food, more than you could ever eat. And save your lots on the grocery store too. I get free food every week. That's good, highly favored. It ain't nothing wrong with that. You probably worked long enough to deserve getting something free before you leave here. Why you got to pay for everything in life? You know, you going to leave here owing somebody. If it ain't nobody but the light company, the gas company, you will never be bill free. I don't care. You got to pay taxes, you got to pay insurance, you got to pay lights, water, gas. That's some of the things that's necessities in life, and you will leave a bill here. Even if you just paid it the day before you left here, that other bill is going to come with whatever is into the next month before they cut it off. Yeah, you're going to leave it on somebody. Holistic, I don't blame you at all. It's funny. My room is the hottest in the house. Oh no, Alex, we can't roll together there now. Marjorie, how you doing? You are speaking some real stuff. Times are hard for everyone nowadays. Yes, they are. You know, even if you're an entrepreneur and you own your own company, if people ain't got the money to come in there and patronize you, you ain't making what you used to make. People holding on to stuff until brighter days, better days are coming. Yeah. I'm not living like I lived last year and the year before and the year before that. I'm conservative. If I don't need it, I ain't buying it. For what? Uh-uh. No, I can't do that. Just jumping up and just taking vacations like we used to every 3 months. We here, there, and everywhere. I thank God I've been. I have the pictures. I can look at the memories, okay? And hopefully my next project will be to put all those pictures on a computer. So that way when they fade out or get lost or watermarked or whatever could happen to the pictures, they'll be on the computer. Okay? Times are hard and bills are high. Everything done double in price, sometimes triple in price. The grocery store kill you alone, and then you got to put gas in the car to get there. That's another death trap. Yes, indeed. Okay. Oh, we the stronger do get weak. Say it again. Yes. That's great holistic. When I used to go, it filled my soul. I will return to therapy soon. Yes, indeed. I found some nice fleece blankets at Dollar General because I take two blankets to dollars. I saw some in either General Dollar or Family Dollar the other day. Nice little, I guess they were fleece too. And those were the $5 ones. I said I could go get six more for the kids and put them on the bus. Yeah. Highly favored since I work with children too. I have a child who hits starting this week. I got a grabber, a runner, a biter, one that can't do nothing for himself at all. Um, you name it, I got them. Some have speech impediments, some just make sounds like bird sounds or animal sounds, and they repeat it over and over. And you just you get used to it. You know that's what they do. And so it doesn't bother you. Some just scream out for no reason. They can be sitting there very quiet. And all of a sudden, okay, y'all, I must be coming down with something. They just blurt it out across the bus. And I'm like, okay, calm down. It's all right. What you want to tell me? And they just might look at you. Sometimes they might try to communicate with you. And I just let them know everything gonna be okay. Thank you, Living Purpose, for the donation. I appreciate that. For the blankets for the children. Oh, thank you. All right, I appreciate that. Um, did you get your freezer yet? No, I went to work today. Veronica, I'm probably not gonna get it until Thanksgiving week because I work Monday through Friday and I have a few hours off during the day. Every time I think I got 4 hours off like I should be home by 10 o'clock every day and go back at 1. So what is that? 11, 12, 1. That's 3 hours. I was just told this evening, what did they call it? Where you go and you check the buses to make sure that the sign is up there, that no child is left behind on that bus. I have that duty. I should have had it today, but she said she didn't know I was there. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's gonna be a whole nother hour because I have to do every bus midday. So tomorrow I have to go back. It don't even make sense for me to come home tomorrow because I have to be back there at 11:30. I would just be getting home at 10. That's not worth coming home. I might as well take my lunch and stay on down there all day long. Yes, overtime, but I didn't realize how short-handed this school district was when I started there. I haven't worked a 6 hour day yet. It's been 8 hours, 8.5 hours. One day it was 9 hours. Yeah, everything after 6 hours is overtime, but I only signed up for six part-time. That's it. But it's not turning out that way. But, it is what it is now. Highly favored. It's alarming to hear young acceptors saying the N word to adults, cursing. Yeah, it is. But y'all know this just didn't start. This happened when these 80s babies came about, our children, and I started hearing it in the local mall close to where we were living. When I would go over to pick her up, they would hang out in the mall, in the arcades, and the food courts and stuff over there. And that was their entertainment when she was growing up. That little town didn't have much else to offer other than they had built that mall, and all the kids in the area met up at the malls and went to the movies. They had a nice movie over there that they tore the chairs up. I'm like, Jesus, how can you build a nice movie for y'all to go in and sit and enjoy the movies and eat popcorn and Coke and laugh and talk and do whatever else crazy stuff y'all do in the movies? And I go back over there 2 years later, and the arm is off this chair and the back is off that chair, and this chair been burned, this chair been cut. Just a mess. Ain't taught them nothing. Saying the N word in public, just saying it, period. You don't need to say that. I agree with you, Ms.V, about the breakdown of the family. Please often say the school is the way it is because prayer was taken out of the school. I've said that before. When Jesus was in the classroom, we didn't have these kind of problems. Nay, my whole entire school life, we never had nobody brought a gun to school, or much less shot anybody. No shootings in the school, none of that. When the Pledge of Allegiance, we had prayer, Pledge of Allegiance, and we'd sing a little song, and then we start our work. Those were good days. Parents didn't have nothing to worry about when they dropped their kids off to school. Now you got life's precious. You better start praying when your child enter, and they entering younger and younger. We got 3-year-olds in there now, 4-year-olds in there now. We didn't go to school that early. They don't even, before they get to walking and talking good, they going to school. They in school all their life. If children are taught to pray at home, then prayer is in them and prayer will be in the school. That's a good way of looking at a living purpose. They can pray silently to themselves. Wow. He was there all the time. So sorry they didn't figure it out sooner. Right. Hey, Kaylin O'Connor. How are you doing? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. We're getting ready to get off of here. We've stayed longer than we normally stay, but this was so interesting to me, and to hear y'all's comments and y'all feed into the conversation tonight. This was truly enlightening to me. No one, because I don't have any new friends. My village is so good to me. God has been by my side for it all. People get upset when you say pray about your, I guess you're gonna say circumstances or whatever. Keeping you in prayer, holistic. All right, we're moving on down here. Okay. All right, everybody's praying that you get the kidney and praying for you, holistic. High Justice Irish, we must be in silver and gold and be in precious stones. Fact. Okay. Holistic is thanking everybody. Okay. Hi, Dustin Parker. How are you? You're from Tennessee? Right. Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. We're from all over the place. From to just is probably the farthest one from Canada down to me. I'm at the tip of the Gulf of Mexico. Uh, Dustin. But welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Like, share, and subscribe. Yes, I used to get off at 9 and go back at 1:30 p.m., but I have to be there at 5:30. Okay, Veronica. Um, School ain't like it was when I was growing up. No, sir, Dustin. They talk back to the teachers. They talk back to anybody, even the special ed. I heard the bus driver say to this guy today, have you seen Ann today? She was trying to find out. We don't want to leave nobody. And we want to make sure before we pull off that the kid came to school, because sometimes their parents don't call us and let us know. They'll drop them off in the mornings, but they ride back with us in the evening. So she asked this certain person, was Ann at school today? I don't know. And why you asking me about Ann? Huh? He's special needs. He is 16 and he's at the junior high school. That's his mental intellect is still at the seventh grade level, but he's a smart ass. You can't say nothing to him without him flipping you off. And never mind, I'll just stop it right there because it gets worse. Mildred says, "What's up, Dustin? I hope it ain't cold where you are." Hi, Don. How are you doing? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Greetings from Philadelphia. Come on in the building. We got some Philly people that come over here from time to time. Uh, let's see. Baba, hi guys. Good morning. How are you? You're in a different country because it's night here where we are. But welcome to Chatting with Miss V. Where you from, Baba? Uh, Okay, Dustin says, when I was growing, I was bullied a lot. And when I hit high school, I showed the bullies who the boss really was. Sometimes you got to stand your ground with them, Dustin. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all coming out tonight and hitting that like button for me, subscribing to Chatting with Miss V. We share different topics of conversation over here. Most of the time, from inspiration to motivation to downright foolery about Miss V and her crazy life. But I thank y'all for coming in. Thank you for the donations tonight. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed night, and I'll see y'all sometime tomorrow because the schoolhouse is taking up another hour from Miss V tomorrow. So hopefully I can get between morning and midday around my normal time. And I should be back on tomorrow night at the regular time, which I'm trying to get back on the time schedule. You see, they changing things down there for me, but I go with the flow. Y'all have a great night. Love you much. Thank you for everything. Bye bye.